on the press conference just before spring ball gets started here was head coach Matt Vitzthum. Heading into spring ball, it starts tomorrow with pro day on Thursday. Just an opportunity to talk with coach before we hit the ground running this spring, heading into 2026. And with that, we'll start with opening comments from coach. Go ahead, coach.
Yeah, appreciate it. First, want to start off by congratulating our women's basketball team for advancing in the NIT. Obviously, Carrie and her staff has done a tremendous job. We have an opportunity to host a home game on Thursday night, so I encourage all you Yote fans to be there and be loud. They deserve our support, so I know my family and I will be there showing our support. But, yeah, extremely excited to get going here. It's been quite the off season for our team and myself. Feel really good about where we're at health-wise, feel really good about where we're at staff-wise. Exciting week. You know, we're coming off of a junior day where we had a ton of great recruits on campus. We'll have another one this week. So busy week for Yote football with pro day as well. So excited to get things going. I know I have a locker room full of guys that are extremely excited to play some football. I'm excited to watch them, and it should be a great journey and a great process as we go.
And with that, we'll go to you, Adam.
Coach, it's been about 2 months for you on the job as taking over as head coach. What would you say it's kind of been like for you so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It really has. The beautiful thing is, you know, when you're surrounded and supported by great people, it makes the transition a lot easier. And really, all it is just moving into a new role and figuring out what that role is kind of all about. And that's where my head's been, and it's been great. Our staff has been great. Our players have been great. Again, this is about other people. This is about our team. This is about our staff. This isn't about me. So, again, I'm excited to get out on the field and stop talking about that, to be honest with you. But, yeah, it's been great. Just super blessed to be around great people and a great team.
What type of life have you seen from the players and just kind of being excited to start to get into spring trainings and get around you as your head coach?
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing, you know, of being promoted and not, you know, coming in from the outside. I know these guys. I've been around this team for the last 2 years, so they're a very determined group right now. They're excited to get out on the field and kind of build that camaraderie and build that brotherhood between the white lines. They've put in a ton of great work the past 9 weeks in the weight room. You know, we went through a change in our staff there as well, so they've adjusted, you know, seamlessly to that as well. So we're excited to go out and play football, right? That's why they're all here, is to go out and play the game they love and the game they've been playing for a really long time. So the excitement level is through the roof. I told them I know we're going to be chomping at the bit practice 1, but the key is, can we sustain that through 15 practices?
After losing a key quarterback last year, you have about 3 quarterbacks in the roster. You have a senior quarterback in the one that played some last year. You have Jackson, that's a new transfer for a senior quarterback, and then you have Austin, who was a redshirt freshman last year. I learned some under that quarterback. How much have you kind of gotten into looking into that quarterback situation?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Adam. We made it 3 questions in before we started talking about the quarterback, so compliments to you that it wasn't a first question. But, yeah, I love those guys. I love where we're at in the QB room. They've done everything that they could have possibly done to this point to put themselves in a position to go be successful. It's time to go out and play the game. It's time to go out and get in that huddle and earn the trust of the guys that they're going to be out there going to battle with. Again, each one of those individuals has a different skill set. Each one of those individuals is different. It's our staff's job. It's my job to go out and try to put those guys in positions to be successful, but also put them in some difficult positions this spring to see how they respond. We're excited about that competition. There's much more competition going ahead at all positions, but that'll be a key one for us, as everyone knows.
With the running backs, that's why you have Charles, who was a senior, but he dealt with some injuries last year, along with being a team captain, and then Keandre, who missed the entire regular season last year. He was a 14 All-American. And just how are you feeling about those two and hoping that they can stay healthy this year?
Yeah, they've done an awesome job of doing everything they can to get 100% healthy heading into spring. They both want to be a full participant this spring. They're both very close to being full participants this spring. I feel great that the work that they've put in has put them in that position. We're not going to talk about the fall yet and, staying healthy in the fall. Right now, we're focused on having 15 great practices, and those two are going to be out there every single day and doing everything they can to help this team and help build that brotherhood that we all need to go be successful this season. So excited about where they're at. Obviously, their talents are, unmatched. Now we got to go put that into play in spring and, like I said, build that brotherhood that we all need.
Last year, as you've been on the staff the last 2 years, last year there was a 10-5 record and got to the quarterfinals last year in the playoffs. After a season like that and now taking over as the head coach, how are you looking towards to build off something like that when you have some key players returning?
Yeah, twofold. I think, the first message to the guys and to myself is really, that team is gone. All credit to those guys and the teams that have really put us in this position that now the expectations and the standards are high. But those guys are gone. This is a new team moving forward. This is a new coaching staff. We have to really develop our own identity. We have to develop our own expectations. So again, ignoring some of the things that have happened in the past with a great deal of respect for that. But this is a new team. A brand new group of people that are going to go try to accomplish great things. And really spring practice 1 is kind of the first step towards accomplishing those things. So really kind of blocking out all of those expectations from the outside. We have our own standards. We have our own beliefs. We have our own expectations moving forward. We're excited to kind of put our stamp on this legacy that's being built around here right now. And I think we have a group of people that are determined to do that. It's going to start within that locker room. We have great leadership returning, but they know they need to go put their own stamp on things as we move forward.
The past 2 years as an assistant, you've been more on the offensive side of the ball, and now with the defensive side of the ball, is there any type of key areas that you've been looking to so far on the defensive side of the ball in spring practice?
Yeah, I mean, I've probably spent more time in the defensive staff room than I have in my previous 18 years of college coaching. So it's been fun to get to know that side of the ball, how they see the game. I'm going to spend a lot of spring ball in the defensive staff room just from a standpoint. I think that's an area I can learn and grow. So when we go into the fall, we're all speaking the same language. And I also feel very educated when some decisions are being made on that side of the ball. I want to be educated. So I probably will lean a little bit away from the offensive side this spring with my eyes on everything, but really want to dive into the defensive side and see how things operate on that side of the ball.
This might be a little bit of a hard question for you to answer as you've only been in the head coach position for almost 2 months by now, but you've worked under multiple head coaches before, including the one that just left for Rutgers. Is there anything you say you may be taking from the head coaches you've been working for in the past to learn from?
Yeah, I think, Coach Johansson has done a great job of leaving this program in a great position. Right when I got here, one of the things that I really respected about Travis was his attention to detail in the process. He had a very detailed plan for the defense when I first got here and then transitioned to our team on how things were taught, the learning progression of how we install our defense, our offense. That will not change. I will take that forever with me. That's the reason why he has moved on here and he's so successful. He's a very process-oriented person, a very detail-oriented person. That will not change around here. We need that, and that's something that I really learned and grew from when I had the opportunity to come here 2.5 years ago. So that's the first and foremost thing that we'll take forward with us. The second thing from both head coaches is just the extreme amount of pride in this football program. I have a deep love for this already in 2.5 years, but those guys did a great job of setting us up for success. So just have a lot of pride in what we're doing here. We're going to try to continue the tradition that they built.
I saw some of your introductory press conference and you said it's probably been tough on the boys to have their new head coach in 3 years, but they haven't missed any workouts. And you said they haven't missed a beat. They've been kept at it. Is there a good focus on the players knowing that they do need to keep at it and practice hard in the spring practice just like they would in the regular season?
Yeah, we have a determined group right now. We have a group that has their sights set on some pretty big things, and they know that's not about a head coach, that's not about a strength coach, that's not about a quarterback. That's a collective effort of people that need to get things done together. and they're striving to do that. We have great leadership within the locker room. We have great leadership still on our staff. And those things together have really just tried to really push and continue this train moving forward. I love where we're at. I think these guys are ready to go right now to have a great spring.
And would you say there's still a lot of progress to make as spring practice is about to begin to be ready for the fall, or would you say that the guys have been good so far, and obviously every college football team needs spring practice to get ready for the football season, but do you think if the football season was about to start soon, they'd still be ready for it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the beautiful spring practice is my favorite time of the year. It's most coaches' favorite time of the year. There are no expectations about getting ready to play another opponent, so it's all about you, right? It's all about us perfecting our craft, becoming masters at the offense and the defensive scheme. So we're not looking forward to the next opponent, or we're not results-oriented. Really get a deep dive and really, again, just try to develop that mastery on both sides of the ball. We have a group of transfers that have come in. We have a group of freshmen that's come in, kind of mid-year. I think to really kind of get those people integrated into our team and to build the trust that's needed to have a successful football season comes with time, comes with shared experiences, and really that's what you need these 15 practices for. So excited for these. We need these. Again, on a multitude of levels, but yeah, we need these 15, and we're going to take advantage of them.
Thanks, Coach. That's all I got for you. I'll see you at the next spring press conference.
Absolutely. I appreciate your coverage. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Coach, you've brought in 3 new coaches, Coach Bain, Coach Robinson, Coach Vargas. What do they provide heading into their first actual practices with the team and what they've already brought to the program?
Yeah, I feel really good about where we're at staff-wise. Start with Matt Vargas, our strength coach. We lost a great one in Coach Traver. Appreciate everything he did for our program. As one person leaves, you look forward and you're excited about what a fresh perspective can bring you. And I think Vargas brings that. He has done a great job of really just integrating himself into our culture and what we do here. He is a very upbeat, intense person, as you would expect from a strength coach, so excited about him. Coach Bain taking over our offensive line. I believe that the heartbeat of this football team is built up front on both sides of the ball. So to have somebody to take over that offensive line group that has a storied tradition here is very, very important to us. He's done a great job of really kind of diving into how we do things here. Tim obviously is kind of leading that charge. Tim has a very, great background in the offensive line world, so those two have really collaborated well together. He brings an extreme amount of positive energy. He's a guy that you want to be around. He's the life of the party, so excited about Coach Bain. And then kind of lastly, the guy that just joined us is Byron Robinson. I'm super excited for him to dive in and get his hands on that cornerback room. I think we've had a storied tradition here of developing guys and sending them to the next level. That's what excited him about coming to our place. We have a great room returning for him to really work with and progress those guys. So Byron's been a great addition. Excited to see what he can do. Just kind of starting to get to know him as well. So great staff, eager staff, and trusting that they are ready to go as well.
Bringing in 20-plus newcomers for spring ball, I believe 17 or so transfers themselves. Talk about this new group of guys that are coming in and what excites you about these guys and what they can bring to the program.
Yeah, I think in modern college football right now, right, it's how fast can we get guys integrated to our schemes? How fast can we get them integrated into the brotherhood, into the culture in which way we do things here? That's not easy. I think one of the things that really attributed to our slow start last season was the second transfer portal window where we lost some guys and we added some guys after spring practice. Changes in the NCAA rules now. I feel like we have our team in place. Obviously, we'll have some additions here at the end with our freshmen and maybe a couple more transfers, but we have the nucleus of our team here right now. So I think it's really, really important to start to establish that trust and that confidence in each other through these 15 practices. We've added a bunch of guys on both sides of the ball at all levels of our offense and defense. So just building that trust, right, between coaches and players, between players to players. I think that's what 15 spring practices can give you, and then the addition of summer and fall camp. I think we're going to be in a lot better position heading into next fall camp than we were a year ago. That really excites me. That comes with a lot of hard work. The thing that I love about our group that we've brought in is they have been open-minded, they've had a growth mindset, and they're ready to rock and roll and do things the way we do them here at South Dakota.
And lastly, second annual Family Day set for April 25th. What does it mean to open the doors to the community, Coyote Nation, to be able to come in and just end spring ball on a high note with the fans that fill the dome?
Yeah, it's something that's important to me. I have 2 youngsters at home. Our players, our community, our university means the world to them, and I can see that to them when, we win a basketball game and they go down and give those guys high fives as they leave the arena. I want the community to feel very much engaged with our football team. That's what I love about Vermilion. It is a community, Vermilion, the University of South Dakota, the high school here. I want all of those things to be together, and again, it's just a way for us to try to bring our people together. Last year was blown away with the amount of support that we received on that day. We're looking to top that. So again, please bring your family out. Have plenty of interactions for, parents, student athletes, young children in the community. Looking forward to that day. So bring them out. It should be a great day.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.